And then come to stand at the top of your mat. Bring your feet hip width distance apart, 60 minutes, all levels yoga. Rock the weight forward and back, waking up the ankles, shift the weight side to side, the hips. Begin to do rotation with those hips. Put the palms forward, arms are long by your side. Start to softly close the eyes, switch directions of those hip circles. Then shift the weight forward and back. Root all four corners of your feet down. Flip the palms down. Fingers reaching down, toes reaching skyward, chin parallel to the earth. 3 breaths like love notes to yourself. You've made it to see another day. Audibly let the air out. Do your 3 rounds of breath. Bring both hands over the heart space, one fanning over the other, elbows pointed down, fingers spread like a bird's wing, and point the chin up towards the sky, open throat chakra. May all the words that emanate from your being and thoughts that emanate from your mind be rooted in kindness and compassion. You want to set an intention for your practice today. Now is a good opportunity to do so. Inhaling in. Setting that intention off into the atmosphere with your next exhale. Allow the eyes to float open. Let's get into our first vinyasa. Generous bend of the knees. Inhale, arms reach all the way up. As you exhale, hinge the hips, root the hands down, even if you have to generously bend the knees as you breathe in, lengthening the spine, torso parallel to the earth. Exhale, fold, head drop, gaze between the legs. Inhale, halfway lift, one more time. Exhale, step one foot back. And then the other, you're in high plank. Spread out your fingers like starfish. Drop the knees down if you need a modification. Take another breath in. Exhale, bend the elbows, lower all the way down. Knit them in by the sides of your rib cage. Just warming up here. As you inhale, reach the arms forward, tent the fingertips. Breathing in, a low cobra extension. Breathing out, bring those hands down below the shoulders, curl the toes under, press up and back into downward facing dog. Never move your hands, protecting those shoulder joints. Simply adjust the feet if needed, reaching the hips up to the sky. Gaze is up between the navel. Maybe making a few movements, moving the hips side to side. Bending one knee and then the other. Inhale, gazing up at your fingertips. Exhale, come to the top of your mat, lining toes with fingers in whatever way is accessible to you. Once you've arrived there, halfway lift with the breath in. Maybe your hands protect the low back by coming to rest on the shins as you lengthen the torso forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise with breath, arms reach skyward. Exhale, twist to the right arm back, left arm forward. Inhale, center, arms reach skyward. Maybe gaze follows. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold. Root those hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take your vinyasa or glance up here, step one foot back and then the other. Knees come down and take a round of cat-cow as you soften the belly, lift the gaze forward with your inhale. Exhale, round your back, tuck the chin. Curl the toes under, press up and back into downward facing dog. Once everyone is in their downward facing dog, take in 3 breaths. And shift your gaze forward with your next inhale. Exhalation brings you to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, breath in. Fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, twist right. Thumbs face skyward, arms extend. Parallel to the shoulders. Inhale, center, arms reach up. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, arms reach up. One more time. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Take the spinal warming vinyasa that works best for your body today. Want to skip the vinyasa and go straight to downward facing dog? Always an option. Glance up at your fingertips. Really spread the fingers. Actively press the mat away beneath your digits, beneath your palms. Maybe you bend the knees if you have tight hammies. Keep that left foot rooted. Inhale. Extend your right leg all the way up to the sky. Start to bend that right knee. Make some circles. And then re-extend that right leg all the way up. Flex the right toes down towards your mat. 3-legged dog. Take a breath in. On the exhale, bring that right foot back down to the earth. In your downward facing dog shape, take a breath in. Exhale, extend your left leg up to the sky. Maybe your gaze follows those left toes as you bend the left knee, making some circles. Then extend that left leg up to the sky for 3-legged dog. Close off the hip. Another breath here. And then bring that left foot down. Inhale, drop both knees down, soften the belly, gaze comes forward. Exhale, child's pose. Sink the hips over the heels, arms remain extended forward. Drop the head between them. You're here for 3 breaths in your child's pose. Never needing an invitation to return to this shape or any other that best serves your body to stay connected to your breath, to your practice. My cues are simply invitations to be curious about asana, the physical practice of yoga. Inhale, take your gaze up, take your fingertips. On the exhale, option to widen the knees as wide as the mat, creating space for the belly to drop, or keep the knees together. Once you've made your adjustments based on your needs and your anatomy today, take another breath in, fingertips are tented. Exhale, walk them over towards the right side edge of your mat. Take another breath in as you lengthen the spine, gaze comes in front of those fingertips. On the exhale, drop the hips down, soften the palms, head comes down. If you want to get a little deeper into that left side of the body, maybe walk that left hand on top of the right. Actively press that right palm down, sinking the hips further onto the heels. Shoulders melting down away from the ears. Inhale, take your gaze up, temp those fingertips. Exhale, come back to the center of your mat with those hands. Flatten the palms, spread the fingers. Whether your knees are together or as wide as your mat, as you inhale, soften the belly, gaze comes forward. Exhale, press the mat away, round the back, tuck the chin. Inhale, soften the belly, gaze comes forward. Exhale, one more time, round the back, tuck the chin. Inhale, soften the belly, gaze comes forward, temp those fingertips. Exhale, walk them off the left side edge of your mat this time. Pause as you take a breath in, lengthening the spine. Exhalation brings you down, setting up your hands and arms the way it looks best for your body. Last breath in, a breath out. Inhale, lift up the head, take the gaze over to those hands. On the exhale, walk them back to the center of your mat. Walk them forward. As you inhale, widen the knees as wide as your mat if they're not already there. Exhale. Inhale. Tip your weight forward, dropping the hips down. Maybe legs extend behind you. You should feel a hip flexor stretch. Shoulders come up over those wrists. Arms are straight or maybe a slight bend in those elbows. If you feel any tweaking in your back, simply shift the weight slightly back. You'll still get into the hips. Take another breath here. And exhale. Sink it back into a wide knees child's pose. Widen those hands as wide as your mat and gently rock from side to side. Good morning, happy hips. One more rock in one direction and then the other. Then inhale, take the gaze forward. Exhale, walk your hands back towards the hips. Close off the knees. You're sitting in a position over the heels. If this doesn't work for your knees, come up to a kneeling position. And the next inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, gently twist to the right. Let your hands land on something. Hold that twist off to the right. Turn the gaze left and then right, maybe allowing the chin to go with you. Then keep the chin aligned in the center of the chest. Inhale, turn the gaze, reach the arms back to center and up. Exhale, twist to the left. Maybe right arm comes to rest on the left thigh, left arm tenting behind you. We're supporting that low back if you're kneeling. Hold this spinal twist shape. Simply shift the gaze left and then right. Bring that chin back to the center of your chest. Inhale, arms reach up, back to center. Exhale, bring them behind you. Interlace the fingers. Stretch those arms down. Chin remains in the center of the chest. Gently bring that right ear over the right shoulder, feeling a stretch on that left side of the body. If your hands do not clasp, make an X with those arms behind the low back. Gently pendulum your chin down to the center of the chest, over to the opposite side, aligning the left ear over the left shoulder, shoulder softening down, breathing into that right side of the neck. And gently release those hands, gaze comes down. Option 2, fold the mat over if you need a little cushioning for the knees. If you don't need any cushioning for the knees, leave the mat as it is. Left knee will come over to the cushion space if you created one, and then step that right foot forward. Hands on the hips, square, right knee over the right heel, hip over that left knee. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, cactus the arms. Pull the belly in. Elbows aligned with either shoulder. Palms forward, fingers spread. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, cactus. This is our bit of core work here. Take 3 more. After your 3rd round, take a breath in. Exhale, reach the arms forward, thumbs face up. Take another breath. Exhale, keep reaching the arms forward, bring the torso forward, and then twist to the right. Maybe hands come to prayer or make a fist with that bottom one, flattening the top palm on top, shoulders stacking. We're here in this twist for a few rounds of breath. So if you would like to get further into it, maybe incorporate a little balance, you can curl the left toes under, straightening that left leg, right hip moves slightly back. Notice if you're dumping into that bottom hand, if you extended the left leg, engage the core, lifting yourself up, and breathe. Press out through that back heel. Another breath here. If that left leg is extended, bring the left knee down. Everyone take an inhale. Exhale, twist back to center, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, reach them forward. Left hand comes down, stacking it underneath the left shoulder, right arm reaches up. Notice if you're throwing that right arm back, see if you can keep it parallel to the one underneath it. Hug that right knee back into the midline if it's trying to splay out. And check in with your neck, whether it serves to look off to the right or down at that bottom hand. 2 more rounds of breath. Inhale, right arm reaches forward, down to the inside of that right foot. Heel toe the right foot off the right side edge of your mat. Check in with that left knee. Deep lunge, hip opener here. If you have the desire to go deeper, rather than keeping those palms stacked underneath the shoulders, you can come onto the forearms, completely dropping the body down, or remain here. Then take the gaze forward, come back onto those palms if you're not already there, and step the right knee back into alignment with the left. Options to do a round of cat-cow or take a vinyasa by coming into high plank. Breath in, exhale, lowering down. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. 3 rounds of breath in your downward facing dog. Then inhale, shift that weight forward, bring the right knee down and step the left foot forward. You're here in a lunge. Cushion that right knee if needed. Stack the left knee over the heel. Reach the arms up as you breathe in. As you breathe out, cactus those arms. Engage the belly. Pull the navel towards the spine. Inhale. Arms extend skyward. Maybe gaze follows. Exhale. Gaze comes forward. Arms squeeze those shoulder blades. Go at your own pace for the next few rounds of breath. This is your practice. Take one last breath in, breath out. Breath in, arms reach up and then forward as you exhale. Thumbs point skyward. Keep reaching them forward as you breathe in, lengthening the torso forward, coming into the twist as you exhale. Right arm hooking onto the left thigh. You know where we're going, yogis. If you wish, you can curl those right toes under, extending and pressing out through that right heel. Left hip reaching back. Everyone soften the shoulders, unclench the jaw. Last inhale here. Exhale, bring that right knee down if it was lifted. And then exhale, come back to center. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, reach them forward. Bring that right wrist down underneath the right shoulder. Left arm extends up to the sky. Another breath here. Exhale, reach that left arm forward. Feel that stretch all the way down the back before you lower it down to the inside of that left foot. Heel toe that left foot off the left side edge of your mat for deep lunge hip opener. You decide what orientation of the arms works best for your body in this pose. Breath in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Take another breath here. And then exhale, bring that left knee back into alignment with the right. Walk your hands back, make two fists between your knees. It's generally the shape of your hip width distance apart. And then walk your hands back forward, stacking shoulders over the wrists. Inhale, soften the belly, lift the gaze forward. Exhale, C-curve, cat-cow. Look over the right shoulder, send the hips left. Inhale, center. Exhale, opposite side. Inhale, center. One more time, over to the right. Inhale, center, and then over to the left. Inhale, come to center. Curl the toes under. Exhale. Walk your feet forward into a wide yogi squat. Once you're in your yogi squat, gently move from side to side. Maybe your feet are down on the earth. Maybe they are not. You're up at the top of your mat. If you're rounding, tipping forward, maybe don't come into the squat quite so deep. You want to broaden the chest. Torso shining forward and open. Inhale, press into your feet, rise up to stand, straighten the arms, straighten the legs, arms reach up. Exhale, yogi squat. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, squat. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, hold that 5-pointed star. Keep reaching the arms all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips, turn to the right, and come into a goddess type stance. So if your mat was folded over on itself, straighten it out. And we will do, here we go. All right. So once you are in goddess, turning off to the right, heels just underneath those knees, arms. You've done it before, those goalpost cactus arms. Take a few rounds of breath here. And then reach those arms forward. Straighten the legs. Bring the right arm underneath the left. Bend the elbows. Notice if the hands are touching the forehead, bring them away. You're in eagle arms here. Turn the heels out so that your feet are now parallel with one another. Take a breath in and a breath out. Another breath in. Exhale, bring your torso parallel to the earth with those eagle arms. Feel the stretch down through the hamstrings. Torso is parallel. Take another breath here. Breathe into the shoulders. Exhale, completely fold, release those arms. Flip the fingers away from the body. Drop the head. So we'll be here for a few rounds of breath. If inversions are in your practice and you wish to take one, you'll have a few breaths to play with. Take whatever twists if you're not doing inversions, call to your body. And then come back to center when you are ready. Bring those hands to the hips. Inhale, engage the core as you rise back up to stand. Exhale, turn the left toes forward. Keep the right toes parallel to the back edge of your mat. Extend the arms, warrior two. Big breath in. Breath out. Another breath in. And then exhale, re-bring the right arm underneath the left. Turn the torso forward. Take a breath in. On the breath out, step the right foot forward over the left. You're in your eagle pose. Revving up the metabolism. Next 3 rounds of breath. See if you can keep those elbows aligned with your shoulders. Maybe take the right toes off of the mat if they were rooted. Squeezing thighs. And then release. Come to stand. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold. Hinge at the hips. Option to take a vinyasa or skip it and go straight to downward facing dog. Once in downward facing dog. As you exhale, stick the tongue out. Inhale, take the gaze up. Exhale, come to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, breath in. Fold as you exhale. Inhale, rise, arms reach skyward. Exhale, palms come to touch. Turn to the left. Come into goddess stance. Shifting our perspective. This time in our goddess, we'll incorporate some balance. So come onto the toes, lift up both heels. Imagine you're leaning against a tree, chin is parallel to the earth. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, exhale. Keep reaching the heels up. And then gently bring those heels down, arms come down. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, left arm underneath the right. Bend those elbows. If eagle arms do not work for your anatomy, then maybe hands clasp the opposite shoulder. Do what works best for your shoulders today. Elbows align with those shoulders. Bring those feet parallel to one another. Take a breath in. Breath out. Start to tip your weight forward. Torso comes parallel to the earth. All four corners of your feet remain rooted onto your mat. Breath in. Breath out. Another breath in. Exhale, release those arms. And this time, hands grab opposite elbow. Looking at your feet, make sure they're parallel to one another. Inhale, keep those hands gripping the elbows as you pendulum up the right. Coming to stand, arms reach up. Pendulating them over to the left and then down. Inhale up to the right, making a big circle. Exhale brings you down. Once you're in the center, hold that as you inhale. Take the circle in the opposite direction to the left. Up, around, one more time. Take one last rotation, and once you're up to stand, release those arms parallel to the earth for warrior two. Turn the right toes to the front. Lunge the right knee over the heel. Hips remain open to the left side edge of your mat. Breath in, and breath out. Soften the shoulders, another breath in. Exhale, turn the torso forward. Hook the left arm under the right. You're in eagle arms, coming into that balancing stance as you breathe in. Exhale, shift the weight over to that right foot. Heel toe the left one forward. Hook it over the right. Maybe it remains rooted as you work on balance, or maybe it hooks completely, balancing on that right foot. Notice if you're clenching the face or the jaw, can you soften it with your next breath in? And a breath out. Inhale, unhooking, reach the arms up, unthread those legs. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold. Halfway lift, breath in. Heel toe your feet hip width distance apart. Grab your big toes as you fold. Inhale, bend the knees. Arms are straight. Exhale, bend the elbows and straighten the legs as far as is comfortable. Gaze is between the legs. Inhale, take the gaze forward. Release the grip of the toes. Exhale, come to seated in the center of your mat. Once you're in the center of your mat, extend your left leg and hug that right knee in towards the body. See if you need to make any adjustments with the flesh underneath the buttocks so that you're really rooted onto your mat. Bring that right heel close to the groin. Flex the left toes up to the sky. Hug that right knee in with your left arm. Right arm reaches up. Take a breath in. Exhale, turn to the right. Right hand tenting just behind the hips. Notice if that left foot has gone slack. See if you can keep it engaged. Left toes pointing skyward. Chin parallel to the chest or off that right shoulder. We're here for a few rounds. And gently untwist with your next exhale. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, reach them forward. Let them have contact with your left leg, whether it's the shin, whether it wraps around the toes. Inhale, take the gaze forward. Exhale, walk those hands back towards the body. Extend the right leg. Hug the left knee in. Left heel comes towards the groin. On the inside of that right leg, maybe there's a little finger distance between the thigh and that left foot. Hug it in with the right hand. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Exhale, twists it behind you. Keep those right toes pointed skyward. Face is soft. Gently untwisting with your next exhale. Maybe moving that left foot slightly off to the left side edge of your mat so your torso can fold over that right thigh. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, reach them forward before having contact. Breathing in and out. Inhale, takes your gaze forward. Exhale, release the grip. Extend both legs in front of you. Move the flesh off to the side. Both legs extended, arms reach up as you breathe in. Exhale, reach them forward. Fold. Soften the shoulders, breath in, breath out. Inhale, take your gaze forward. Exhale, bring your hands by your hips. Make sure that when you completely lower onto your back, that you're still on your mat. Coming onto your back, bend the knees, walk those feet back towards the buttocks. Extend the arms off to the side. Palms are down. Take a breath in and a breath out. Heel toe that left foot into the left side, into the center of your mat, and bring the right foot over it. Kick the left foot up. Knees are over the hips. Take a breath in. Exhale, drop the knees off the right side edge of your mat. If it's too much of a spinal twist, unhook the right foot, separating the feet. We'll be here for a few rounds of breath. Take whatever orientation of the legs or arms work best for you in a spinal twist. Then inhale, bring your knees back to center. Unhook those legs if they're hooked. Swing the arms down. Wrap your fingers around the outside edge of your mat. Give you a side view here. Fingers gripped around the side edge of your mat. Knees are bent, heels back towards the buttocks. Lift the hips up with your next inhale. Utilizing the grip on the sides of your mat to work those shoulders underneath. Imagine you've got a ball between your legs. Gently squeeze it, not allowing the knees to splay off, but working their way back in towards the midline. See if you can wiggle your toes even as you keep all four corners of your feet rooted to your mat. If you'd like to go deeper, maybe clasp the hands underneath the buttocks. Those hands are clasped, unclasped, then work the shoulders out from underneath. Keep the hips up, and we'll slowly lower with our exhale, lowering the top, mid, and then low parts of the back. Setting up for a spinal twist on the opposite side. Re-extend those arms. Maybe this time the palms face up. Bring that right foot into the center of your mat and thread the left foot over it. Squeezing those legs together, kick the right foot up. Take a breath in. Exhale, drop the knees off the left side edge of your mat. As you set yourself up for the spinal twist, check in also with your neck. Does it best serve you to point the chin up to the sky or in the opposite direction of where the knees have fallen, or in the same direction? Continue breathing in and breathing out. When you're ready to come back to center, allow the exhale to bring you there. And then hug the knees in towards the chest. Gently rock from side to side. Roll up the ankles in one direction and then the other. And then come into happy baby. If the hips are feeling particularly tight, or if you would round up the shoulders in the pose by grabbing the feet, keep the back rooted, shoulders rooted, maybe just grab behind the thighs, kicking the feet up as if they could walk into the sky. Flex towards their shins, or grab the feet. Knees working their way towards the armpits. And then release the grip of the feet. Extend the legs up to the sky. Wrap your hands behind the thighs. 10 rounds of breath. This is a restorative inversion. And then options, scanning your body. Is there any final physical shape that it is craving before Shavasana? Before the letting it all go pose and allowing the practice to really settle into the body. You don't need any final asana and you're ready to take corpse pose. Simply bring your feet down, extend your legs out long. Relayer up if needed. And if you'd like to take a rooted version of this letting it go pose, maybe bring your left hand over the heart, right hand over the belly. Staying connected to the self, the ebb and flow of your life force. Everything on and off our mat comes back to our breath. And we return to the breath in moments of stress, in moments of anger, in moments of joy. Knowing that all emotions, they come and they go like the ebb and the flow of the tides. And we're always home when we return to our breath. So begin to settle into Shavasana from whatever poses that you might have explored before. Allow your breathing to come back to its organic rhythm. I will be timekeeper, letting you know when our 60-minute practice has concluded, and it is 9 a.m. Take a big breath in. Audibly let the breath out. Another big breath in. And then out. Last one, just like that. Shavasana, yogis. Beginning to wake up the physical body by moving all of your digits, opening and closing the mouth. Moving the head from side to side. When you're ready, slowly, gently, keeping the eyes softly closed or a soft drishti, pressing up to a comfortable seated position. Whatever that looks like for your body today, for me, I'm in a crossed leg shape, supporting my back and spine with hands on the knees. Once you are seated, as you inhale, shrug the shoulders up by the ears. Exhale, drop them down. Tilt your chin parallel to the earth. Bring one hand over the heart and one hand over the belly. And your next inhale, continue to softly breathe in until you're completely filled. Envisioning that you're leaning against a sturdy, wise tree that has seen the wisdom of generations come and go. Hold the breath. Soft in the face, soft in the body. Release the breath out of the mouth. Soften the shoulders, round the spine. Begin again. Envisioning that as you inhale, you're drawing in generations of energy from those who came before, those who will come after. Striving to adopt the pace of nature. Patience. Release the breath, stagnant energy, what does not need to continue on your journey today. Last intentional breath in. Breath in. A little more air in. Hold the breath. Let it swirl in the lungs. Let the body soften. Bring your intention to mind, whatever it was that you set for your practice or would like to set now when you rise. Release. Allow the eyes to float open. Bring those palms to touch in the center of your chest. I am humbled and grateful to have guided you in this practice today, yogis. My name is Nicole. I am a Latinx trail guide yoga instructor based in Connecticut. I teach at Yoga from the Heart in West Hartford. We look forward to connecting you soon in studio, in the great outdoors. Always remember that you are connected to yourself through your breath, through your body. And we are also here to serve you in this journey that you have in your practice of yoga. Namaste, yogis.